Hey everyone, this is my Patreon-powered reaction to the 18th episode of Uchuu Kyoudai. So, last episode we found out about the green cards, the idea of them, who has them, and it makes more sense why some of them are being kind of assholes too. The other members, it all makes sense now. And Muta found out about the food crisis thing, because Serena told him, and there's a bit of a misunderstanding there. It's not really anyone's fault though, it just kind of came to be. So yeah, let's see where things go now. I assume we'll be wrapping up the exam not too much longer. We should be getting near the end, I would think. Anyway, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, a few days, so it's getting close. Yeah, breaking the poor clock. Yeah, that was very obvious. Good job, Muta. I guess I could agree with that. At least not in yours. And Kenji's, yeah, there's kind of a bad person there. Ooh, too bad. That's how it goes sometimes, though. Whew. Is that one spot on the dog shaped like a heart? I wonder when we'll eventually get, like, space colonies, like on the moon. That'd be pretty cool. Imagine getting up in the morning, going for a jog on the moon for your morning exercise. That'd be pretty cool. uh, just staring down the wig. Just why? It's not a chew toy. Let go. Oh, is Kenji finishing off his milk puzzle? The title, I guess, will be mostly focused on Kenji. So maybe we'll finally deal with the conflict between those two. Yeah, but that's a little bit different. That's the worst kind of puzzle. You don't even get a cool picture in the end, so I never really understood the purpose of those. Are we gonna get a flashback, really? If we're gonna see why he likes puzzles? Okay. Okay. Cool, are you trying to sell me something? Right. Right. I know. Okay. Right. What a bargain. You join a cult and you get a free stone. I mean, why wouldn't you? Yes. It's okay. No, there is. Feel free to push it. Yeah, what year? What, like, when? Give me information. You know, somewhere in a foreign country. I don't know. Oh, this is great. I love you, Kenji. uh. uh. I think we're gonna go to someone's house now. It's great. Don't stop. Well, I enjoyed that. Well, nobody really knows that much. There's still a lot of unanswered questions about space. You know, dark matter, black holes, things you can barely even observe. Well, then go away. We can start by getting rid of that guy. Isn't like a locker or something we can shove him into? Yeah, it's a universal way to decide things. I hate when people do that trick. Turns into a mind game. Yeah. You should have believed him. We already know he's an honest guy, so... But yeah, I gotta deal with the food problem, so... Oh? Oh no, not the toilet. Uh... Well, that's... Oh, that would suck. Well, that sucks. Probably he hasn't done much lately. You know, for some reason. You're all wet, dude. uh, that wasn't a green card thing, though. Oh, that really sucks, not the rice. Oh, that would suck. No, you just... You just didn't know that the circuit thing was not a green card event. So basically everybody gets one, I guess, is the gist of this. What? Okay. I guess that's fine. It's a little weird, but... Yeah, that's the worst thing about it right there, is that there's no playing it off. Poor Muta, he really got screwed over there. I mean, you start on Surika. Oh, the blush, that would be so embarrassing. Is that what that was? I guess. uh. Oh, God. Nobody says anything, which just makes it the worst. Uh, uh, mm, uh, I didn't does it have to be so close to each other? Like, you could just done it later. I guess it's good to get all over at the same time. Muta, they already thought that. At least you're done for the day. Kind of reminds me of, you know, what the heck? Okay. uh, anyway, I was gonna say, reminded me of no Kome a bit. So, what's problems Kenji gonna run into? Clearly. Oh, I guess that was a green card then. Well, maybe you should have written it down somewhere. I think that's a bit of a stretch on your part. Yes? Definitely worth taking into consideration. I might probably take it into consideration, but I'm sure you don't actually get to choose who will be chosen. It's just one of the many things that probably are taken into consideration. It's important to be under pressure. I'm sure the choice will have impact. It just a matter of how much. You are just so scummy. I know, right? I'm sure he does. Hopefully that guy does not get chosen as an astronaut. He's just... Ugh. One day. Okay, that sounds pretty exciting. Really made it look like he's running somewhere with a background. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? Oh, of course. Yeah, I should have guessed that. How do you keep track of what's happened? I couldn't do that. Don't mess up their board. Uh, that's one benefit of an air shogi match is you can't mess it up, yeah. Yeah, you did nothing, Muta. Doesn't sound creepy at all. Yeah, they're the good group. Nita seems to always be doing his own thing. Is it a food book? Uh... Oh, really? Okay. I guess that makes sense. Looks like a space book. Zoom in and enhance. America. Wow. Why? Like there's a Statue of Liberty on it so that you know it's America. I want to look at that book. I want to see what they consider American jokes. Eventually, just not now. Yeah, I guess when foreigners think of America, the Statue of Liberty is probably what comes to mind as far as a big landmark. Pretty cool suit. Keeps you alive in extreme temperatures. Like without the spacesuit, you'd be like boiled on one half of your body, frozen on the other. It'd be unpleasant. Spacesuit's very important. Yeah, that's the only thing you're doing. The point is that you couldn't have sounded any more evil and scheming and conniving the way you said it. That's the biggest thing is the way you said it. I mean, this team is kind of a lost cause. I'm not sure what anyone could have really done to help. Yeah. Uh, I think he'll do fine, Kenji. Stop stressing. The fact that you're trying to keep things together, I'm sure that will be more than enough as far as consideration of you goes. Well, who cares about him? I sure don't. Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't care. Yeah, I'm sure plenty of people paid attention to the scores. I hope not. What I want to hear. Wish I was as fit as Kenji. Just look at that masculine body. I'm sure you're not. It's gotta mess with your head being stuck in that place with strangers for so long. Did that clear your head to think about that? Maybe one day we'll find out. I don't know. Is the toilet giving you a hint? Yeah. Oh. Uh. Okay. Uh. Is that what she's trying to say? Wow. Gambare is always what she's been trying to say. Do your best. That's good. Yes, all that time she's been trying to encourage you to keep doing your best. Actually, I have chills from that, oddly enough. Kape. It just doesn't sound much like Ganbare, but I guess it's close enough. The good thing is that it seems to have had an effect. Yes. Okay, that was a really cool way to end it off. Finally got revealed what that nonsense she keeps saying was. I was very confused for a few seconds when he was just like staring at the toilet like it was giving him an idea. But, you know, it makes sense now, I guess. Because you already had a toilet be relevant earlier in the episode, you know, because it messed up on the A group. That's the first thing that came to mind, obviously. Hmm. Good thing they're still attached to that, to the cord. Otherwise, they would just float off into oblivion. And nobody would want that. Okay, that was the 19th episode of Space Brothers. And this episode, the title had Kenji in the name, so I knew we'd be getting quite a bit of Kenji. There's still a little bit less than I expected, but still, you know, there was enough to justify him being in the title, of course. And yeah, we got a bit of a flashback of a couple people showing up at his doorstep trying to invite him to something. You know, I assumed it was a cult, but maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions. But they were saying some silliness about how this meteorite rock, it emanates powerful space energy. to help you in your life, and it was some silliness to be sure. And I love just how 100%, you know, realist skeptic Kenji went in their face to just ask them a bunch of questions. It was great. I like that. If Kenji didn't seem to be a big fan of that aspect of himself, but I enjoyed that. I thought that was great, personally. But yeah, even though Kenji was the focus, we did still get plenty of a Group A stuff. Because it seems like everyone's given a green card. At least that's kind of based on some of the stuff Muta said. It seemed like that's the case. But yeah, eventually Muta got his, and his was a little bit different than the others. Okay, his basically was like you had to do some sort of outburst to startle the other members a couple times a day until the end. I think that's what it said. So he immediately noticed something was different about his because most of the other things there was some plausible deniability, like, well, I didn't do it. It was somebody else messed with the toilet. I just ignore my wet pants, please. But with his, it's like, no, he's being silly, just being Michael Jackson, Bruce Lee, you know, just it was pretty funny. But yeah, just I love just how much it worked on Zurika. Like she thoroughly jumped. It was adorable. I quite enjoyed seeing that, and nobody really said much to him in regards to it. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Poor Muta. He seems to always kind of get the short end of the stick with a lot of things. That would be one of them. Also, the toilet got messed up, like I said. Nita was a clear culprit on that one. The rice bag got torn open and dumped out. Sarika was probably the one responsible for that. Muta's just confused, though, because from his perspective, Sarika got like 2 cards, but no, he just misunderstood something. But yeah, that was pretty much all of the Group A stuff. Well, actually, that's not true. We also had the Invisible Shogi match, which was funny. But anyway, Kenji. We've been really boiling this for a while, the conflict between Kenji and what's-his-face. And he just never liked Kenji. He doesn't like how Kenji's clearly a natural leader and was trying to fulfill that role since day one, trying to keep everyone on track and doing their best, coming together as a group, you know. All that, which is objectively a good thing, but it doesn't matter because you got what's-his-face over there, which is just clearly not a very good person. Very selfish, out for himself, a lot of pride, just very bad person, you know. It always rubs me the wrong way when a character is like so obviously trying to do harm, but they're trying to frame it in as good a way as possible, you know, adding please to it, smiling, acting as if they're helping someone. That really bugs me a lot when somebody does that. And yeah, that's a good example of that. Just, if you're just being an asshole, just be honest about it, like, at the very least. But no, he's clearly not like that. And it makes sense from his perspective because he wants to be voted the winner, and if he's, well, you know, blatantly a jerk, you know, people are gonna not give him points for that, so it makes sense. It just bothers me a lot. But Kenji, you know, even though he's trying to keep Kenji down, trying to fire shots at him pretty much every possible opportunity, blame him for everything, you know, just before you know it, I'll probably be accusing him of being Hitler, you know, a reincarnation of him. But yeah, in spite of that, Kenji's doing his best. You know, even though he basically said, "Hey, Kenji," and I don't remember who the other person he said should withdraw, but there was somebody else that he said that to. But no, that's not gonna happen. And Kenji was thinking a lot about it. You know, he has to at least consider it, I guess. But you know, thinking about his daughter encouraging him with the kappe, or as we found out this episode, ganbare. Just no, he's not gonna give up. He's gonna do his best, and that's all we really can expect from him. And that's all he needs to do his best, and everything should work out because he's a pretty cool guy, pretty fit for being an astronaut, I would say. Definitely has a passion for it, as was kind of demonstrated in the flashback, and has the drive. And yeah, I think he's a pretty good pick for. He's the only, well, I wouldn't say the only. There seems to be at least 1 or 2 decent people in that group, but he's the real main pick for astronaut as far as Team B goes, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm glad he was able to work through that. And he's the only one that really has like a, you know, wife and daughter and all that. So it's good that they're showcasing that, you know, showing that is a big part of a bit of his drive, you know, of what keeps him going. Because Muta doesn't have that. Ibito doesn't have that. Surika doesn't have that, you know. I don't know why I bother mentioning Hibito. He's already national. He's not in the same boat as them exactly, but you know, still the case. One thing I didn't forget to mention about Group A is that they are having to deal with the food shortage, you know? We found out about that last episode, and it seems like they're doing, like, rock, paper, scissors and stuff to kind of, you know, work through some of that, but yeah, it's still a problem. And yeah, when you already have a food shortage, you really don't want a bunch of rice dumped on the ground. It sucks. But at least the one good thing is that with rice, you're gonna boil it anyway, so if there's any bacteria, it would be dealt with. So it's not the end of the world, you can still use it, but it's still, picking up little individual pieces of rice, that's gotta be a nightmare, I would imagine. But that's pretty much the gist of my thoughts on the episode. Another really good episode. I mean, the vast majority of episodes of this show are really good. You know, things obviously move a bit slow, but that's to be expected with a very lengthy show. But yeah, things should be wrapping up pretty soon with the exam. Maybe next episode will be the last episode for the exam. You know, possibly. At least that's kind of what I'm thinking about because we pretty much resolved most of the stuff. I mean, we haven't resolved the one guy being an asshole yet. Yeah, that's still a problem, but most things are already done, you know. All of Group A's pretty much had their green card. Not sure exactly with Group B, but, you know, Kenji's got his motivation at maximum level, you know. So, yeah, I think should be winding down pretty soon, I would think. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.